My broke uncle stole off my mom for years, then tried to move himself and his daughters into my mom's house, but he's now living in a place where he belongs. I grew up with just my mom and me. My dad has always been overseas with my family in Taiwan. My mom and dad met when my mother went backpacking in Asia. I sometimes get to go over and be with my dad 4 weeks out of the year. Now, my uncle, mom's brother, was always around, but not in a good way. He never seemed to have his life together. He constantly bounced from job to job, always needing to borrow money or, worse, taking things from our home that he never returned. My mom, being the kind and generous person she was, always bailed him out, even though it frustrated me. I tell her she was enabling him, but she'd just say, "He's my brother, I can't just abandon him," but be annoyed as well. My uncle lived off my mom's generosity for as long as I can remember. He'd stay at our house for weeks, sometimes months, without paying a dime. He was always asking for money, promising to pay it back but never did. My mom would give it but again be annoyed. That wasn't even the worst of it. He also had a nasty habit of stealing things from us. Little by little, things would go missing from my mom's jewelry, some electronics, and even sentimental items from my grandmother that had been passed down to my mom. I confronted him once when I found a ring that belonged to my mom in his coat pocket. I picked it up, and it fell out. I swear I wasn't snooping, but he swore up and down that she had given it to him. My mom was skeptical and locked up her remaining things for the first time around him. Then my mom begged me to let it go because I tried to file a police report. I took pictures and everything, and she was terrified of her baby brother going to jail. However, it wasn't just my mom he stole from. When I was a teenager, my uncle came to one of my school plays. He came to the back dressing rooms and claimed he had some food my mom wanted him to give me. It was Starbucks and a cake pop. I noticed he was lingering around my clothes while awkwardly asking me about my role, and how long the play would be because he said my cousins wanted to join too. I told him and gave him an itinerary, and he left abruptly after that. After the show I realized my wallet was gone. I searched all over the dressing room and asked others if they had seen it. I was sure I had left it in my bag, but when I asked him about it, because he was in there acting weird, he acted offended that I would even suggest such a thing. A few days later, my mom found the wallet in his car, but all the money was gone. He claimed it was a misunderstanding, that he thought it was his, but I knew better. I called my grandpa and he knows his son better than anyone, so he ripped him a new one. He offered to open me a bank account so I wouldn't have to keep cash on me, and I accepted. My mom was so disappointed and told me how grandpa was always so unfair to my uncle, basically punishing him for the bad things he did, but grandma and my mom would baby him and enable the behavior. Oh yeah, he would rip off my grandma, too, until she basically died from breast cancer 2 years ago. Well, a year ago my mom found out she also had breast cancer, and it was really bad, like stage 3. She had chemo regularly and was always sick.